It's just 1 year. But whether you want to give them time or you don't want to give them time, you don't get choice. Because the moment you feel like you don't want to give them time anymore, it's actually the moment you've probably liberated your mind and stop expecting anything from them. So you can tell us, what have we missed? Electricity has improved in my area, or near or there. Statistically, Nigeria have lost over 40% of their generating capacity. And it's not even like it's not even a joke. Nigeria was generating nearly 9,000 megawatts of electricity 9 years ago. Very small, not sufficient. But ask these guys how much they are generating today. 5,000 megawatt electricity. Giant of Africa. But you can jump into the comment and say, well, we have been enjoying 24 hours electricity in my area. The reality is more like contrary. Okay. So you can come and tell me though, my line is going to be opened now. For those of you who probably want to attempt and be part of this, remember, it is always an open mic. Okay. Listen to this.
There's no political party in Nigeria that is not going through one form or the other of some discomfort within the management.
I think discomfort is an understatement.
It's not an understatement, but actually, it's not. No. My party is still stable. It's still committed to the ideals that all of us ran under the Labour Party, and we're still committed to ensuring that, albeit a minority, in this wise at the National Assembly, that will still have a significant voice in the way that things are going to be run, and significantly in the ways that people should expect their legislators to begin to function and to begin to do things for the benefit of the Nigerian people. So, yeah, have we had an issue with the leadership of the party? Absolutely. No political party has not. After all, even today, PDP is having an issue with their leadership of their party as it concerns River State.
Yeah, but we expected...
APC is having their own problems.
But we expected that from the PDP and the APC. You were the new direction of politics.
But
what I'm saying is that you were the new direction of politics. You had a presidential candidate that inspired people. On the back of that, you went to your constituents, and on the strength of the fact that they wanted a new Nigeria, and you were that great hope, they gave you the opportunity.
The new Nigeria that you talked about is still obtainable. At least having that new Nigeria being obtainable is better than what we already have now called renewed hope. But as a political party, we are going... Success breeds a lot of people coming into the party. You look at Abia State, so many people are coming into the Labour Party because of the performance of His Excellency Dr. Alex Otti. They are seeing the dynamics change, they are seeing the narratives change, and they're actually seeing physical infrastructure, not just in road infrastructure, in education, in the health sector, you name it. Otti is doing a whole lot to revamp and to change the narrative of Abia State. Now, Peter Obi has also remained dominant in the political space in Nigeria. You can't wish him off. At least going about talking about the economy. Also going about to talk about how we can move our country forward. Again, from consumption to production. Look at the statistics that you just read out now. There is no assessment of the state of the nation that will be adequate when you don't prioritize the feelings of the people. The people are feeling very sad, they're unhappy, they're hungry. Then you look at inflation rate today, over 40% official.
Food inflation.
Food inflation. Yeah. Yes, over 40%. Unemployment, you said, is about 36%, but if you add underemployment, it's over 50%. Insecurity. So a lot of Nigerians are continuously living lives of hopelessness and not enough opportunities, or insufficient opportunities. And the government of today is not doing anything about it. And until we begin to listen to the ideals that Labour Party people ran, then this country, regardless of who, the president is APC today, but the president needs all the help that he can get.
So the point you're making is basically don't do what I do.
Nuisance Lele. Nuisance Lele.
I just want to make you hear him, okay? He's one of the Labour Party senators from the eastern part of Nigeria. And he's somebody will say, oh, you don't blame him because he's probably being careful. And that is why he's saying the president needs all this support. And at the same time, he's also saying, oh, we are new, but you see, we probably don't know what we are doing. Because your job as an opposition is to what? Is to stand up against what you know is going to be against the interest of the people. And anything that is against the interest of the people should be your own thing that you will stand up for, right? You stand up and fight it. And you don't see it as if you are standing up against Tinubu. It is Nigeria where everybody is deceiving themselves, right? So I don't want to be the Igbo man that is going to say Tinubu is a total failure. And I don't want to stand up in the Senate and say Tinubu cannot get that, he cannot get this. They will single me out. Well, but why do you go in there then? Why do you go into a place where you know that you can't speak your mind, you can't stand up without being labeled, enemy of Tinubu? That's one part of the fake one Nigeria, though. You have to be very careful so that they don't say, you the Igbo people are coming for me and the rest. It's fake, it's lie, right? But yeah, it's one of them. I haven't seen the Labour Party who were supposed, according to that, to that anchor there. They were supposed to be the Julius Malema's party of South Africa. Do you know that Julius Malema could become the president of South Africa in another few years now? Like they've started gaining that momentum enough that it's just a matter of time. Yeah. Now, that's a political ideology that doesn't match with anybody. Just say, okay, this is how we want to do it. You know, Malema was from ANC as well. Julius Malema, ANC. But yet, he got to a stage. He was actually the former youth leader of ANC too. He's not just an ANC member. But when he realized that they love doing things the old way, this, and they will tell you have to wait and kill, and he couldn't wait. What did he do? He led the generation of South Africans that want things done differently. And they tagged them problematic people, racists, and so many other things they call them. That's one thing about power. That's one thing I would actually love to push someday too. Something I'm already working on though. You know, something that where you can actually get people, not only to what we are doing now, but be able to actually mobilize them politically and usurp the present political order in your region or what have you, especially Yoruba land. So when you change all of those people who have been part and parcel of Nigeria, those ones that will sell us off even before they ask them, right? Once you get rid of them and you bring in the pro-Yorubas, the real Omoluabi Yorubas, who see themselves as true sons of the soil and not subordinate to anybody in Nigeria, then they move to break away from Nigeria or even tell the rest of Nigeria that they should be getting ready, we are leaving. Won't be hard. But you see those ones who are already compromised, who are feeding fat from the rots, they will stop us from doing anything. So I love that of the Malema or Labour Party in Nigeria. Hello there. I actually thought I got you. Did you drop? Okay. I think I lost that caller then. So what happened is that, you see, if you call in and I take your call, I think you will know that on your screen and say, oh, your line is reading, and I can put you there or leave you behind, and I can still continue talking while I finish what I'm saying. Okay. So yeah, that's what is expected of the Labour Party, especially the kind of window of change then and all that. They're supposed to be like a serious force. In fact, if they wanted to be dressing like a labor union to the National Assembly, that's it. You are not big men. You're not supposed to be big men. On a lie. Now the big men, some of them big men, some of them very poor, but now they are big men. All right, everybody just took the ride, obedient ride, and before they opened their eyes, they just found themselves in the Nigerian Senate. I'm a senator. Yes, you are a senator now. Honorable, I'm a rep member. Oh my God, I am now a rep member. Yes, you are a rep member now. Then they want to belong, and that is why they would rather just say yes. All yes, have it. Those against it say yes. I'm sorry, so those against it say no. Those support say yeah, the yes have it. And they will go on and cash out. Right? Long way to
Hello?
go. Hello there.
Good afternoon, Mayugo.
Good afternoon, sir. I don't know if you were the one I picked your call earlier, but I got somebody at the night.
No. I was trying to disturb you earlier, but I figured out that maybe it was not time for call yet. So I was looking at the time.
Oh, no. You could call in any time. You could stop me talking any time because it is the brunch time. And the conversation is mostly just random. I only come here I only bring like maybe one or two stories just to kind of start the conversation.
No. Please, we are enjoying the brunch time because it helps the work moving. You know, this is working period. So it gives you the energy to assimilate with your job.
Nice one, Baba. Anyway, thank you so much for joining me. Please.
Thank you, Mayugo, for the time. Mayugo, it's a very great time to be alive, man.
It is.
Because the situation globally is very interesting. You know, there was one line you made that majority of the people in Nigeria does not understand that we live by a system.
Yes.
There are some certain things you would just wish it would happen, but there is a system that, you know, it has to align with before it happens. Mm-hmm. You see, that is why I cannot agree with whatever democratic process that Peter Obi, Atiku, or any other persons that is not on the APC is trying to use to look into 2027 for another general election. Mm-hmm. Because first of all, you have to agree that there is a system that works with the present administration. If the system is in alliance with the present administration, there is nothing that we can do to take them out democratically. No. Except the people comes out and say, we need to change the constitution and we need to change the status quo before we now agree if we are going to be proceeding on an election.
Exactly. Well, if you're expecting it, if they are expecting any better result from the same party system,
it is not going to work. Let me give you an example too. Sorry. Today I was on a platform and I was hearing about Nnamdi Kanu not being granted bail due to this, due to that. And somebody was making reference that Nnamdi Kanu is the Mandela of today. Maybe in some years, people are going to look at him like Mandela is going to be set free and everything. On my own findings and understanding of the system, Nnamdi Kanu cannot be like Mandela because Nnamdi Kanu is a different person from Mandela.
Yes.
From what I understand, Mandela was granted bail or was released after 20-something years in the prison because he compromised. Mm-hmm. Because Mandela compromised. He compromised because there is nobody as a black man that will get those royalties that the Westerners gave Mandela when he was free if he was not compromised. They would have not given those preferences, those high records, those high names they gave him, those Nobel Prizes he got. The white man will never give you that if you have not compromised. And that is why when he was freed, he had made a kind of agreement with those people who came to, with the apartheid state, that he's going to let the status quo to remain. That is why those people who were having those game reserves as foreigners, that own those places where you have lions and antelope today, they remain the sole owners of those places. Those people that have the gold mine, they remain the owners of those gold mines. Those people who own those establishments, they remain. Mandela did not change them when he became president. Did you? Yeah, I don't know whether you're understanding me.
I'm with you 100% because
Okay.
I just kind of wanted to listen, okay? Because to me, right, you are sounding like my South African friend. He's somebody who feels like talking about system, right? He was one who also feels like Mandela was like a prop up, image of the West after they condemned him, after they called him a terrorist and all of that. But it's like to give themselves a bit of a redemption, okay? To make themselves feel good. They were like, okay, you know what? Release him. So they gave them political power, but they did not give them economic power. You are right. I've heard them say that many times. Go on.
Yeah, that is why somebody like Indian Army of Uganda, for us growing up, we saw him as an animal, as an African person. Because what Indian Army was doing, those actions, whether they were violently taken or they were not democratically taken, those actions he took about the foreigners leaving his country, we are seeing those things that today, those are some of the things that affect us as Africans, because there are people who come to our country and take the best part of it and they leave the people in shambles. So somebody like Indian Army of Uganda, if you look at the Western history, he was seen as a dictator, an evil man, a cannibalist, and all those, anything you can think of that is horrible is associated with Indian Army of Uganda. But today, if we look at the reality with the microscopic lens of globalization, you will see that somebody like that was doing exactly what the average African man would be trying to reason about his own future as an African man. Now, I want to also ask another question. Why do you think a country like Britain, we call those countries Commonwealth country? What do we understand by Commonwealth, Mayegun? If I tell you that me and Mayegun, we have a Commonwealth in Congo, what does come to mind when some countries can refer to you as Commonwealth?
I know.
It means that you are part of our riches. You belong to us. Whatever we say is what happens there. That is why I was not in accordance seeing some royalties coming to Nigeria and everybody were happy about it. I'm not having anything against those persons, but I'm having something against the establishment, because it's kind of a reminder for those people coming in to make the people understand that you people still belong to us. You are our Commonwealth. You remain who we want you to be. And it played, even though those people in the United Kingdom were like, oh, we don't like them coming, but we know the politics behind it. It's a kind of a renewed system that these people still belong to us. I think we should be looking at it that way. That is why I'm saying that whatever political arrangement people are trying to bring to bamboozle the people again for 2027, if you want to go and queue up and vote, that is your own headache. For me, anything election in Nigeria is out of it. Peter Obi cannot take. How can you take out people like Tinubu, Wike, and Wike is still in PDP. So you are going to have, even though Peter Obi wins tomorrow and Atiku say I support you, PDP is Wike is still in PDP. Wike is still going to act as another. What do you call this man? There's one man you just say what you call him Akpaka. Is that man that was giving a big problem that I said he was not the national president of national chairman of Labour. What do you call this man? He's from
Lamidiot, Apampas.
No. Pampas. We are going to have Wike as another Pampa if tomorrow Obi gets the post in 2000. It's a strategy. That is why Wike is still in PDP. These people have laid down all the strategy, because the way you are planning, APC is not sleeping now. They are planning. They have everything. They are planning. So that is why PDP is still having somebody like Wike not living there, but he's there. Because by the time you have somebody like Obi tomorrow in those kind of in PDP, if he cross carpet to PDP and wins tomorrow, you will have another fracas. And the same judiciary will come and say, oh, because there is fracas among PDP, somebody like Wike is dragging with Obi, we will disqualify the. Anything can happen in Nigeria.
Right. Like, don't rule anything out in that place. When you think it's never going to get worse, and it's going to be...
Cool. you will not see the other side of Wike. He will mobilize, and some people from the south will still support him. And before you know it, they will rule out that election. And everything will go back.
They said your Ndigbo. They advised him. So I read that their advice. Don't fall for this Tifku and this northern politicians.
No.
Don't follow. If you dare, I will roast you like this. But we did here, Baba. We did here.
But I don't think he's going to listen. I don't think he's going to listen. Obi's not going to listen. He's going to fall for it. Bet me, Mayegun. He's going to fall for it. Thank you.
God bless you. Enjoy your morning, and enjoy your week. I may not be lucky to speak to you again this week.
Okay, thank you, Mayegun.
Okay,
that's
a nice one. Now, again, that is what you call the brunch time with Mayegun. So all you have to know is that. You could call in, you could choose what you want to talk about, and then I'll listen, and possibly others too will listen. Now, thank you so much. If you're still watching me, or if you're still watching this, remember you need to like it. Yeah, like it. Like, go under the video and just like it. One is enough. So I have another caller. Let's see if I just missed that. Sorry about that. I missed somebody which is trying to get through now. Okay. And thank you so much once again. So talking about the system, how many of you knows that the Chief Justice of Nigeria has appointed his own son, his son-in-law, as well as his brother as judges in Nigeria? Okay. How many of you knows that with the Wike's wife and the wives of some of these politicians have also been appointed as judges, like real judges? So it's gonna be like a Jeko judge. Real judges will go wear gown and wig. So they are already setting them up for your 2027. Why would anybody want to do that to themselves? Why would you want to do that to yourself? You know, this whole system is rotten, is rigged. But you make yourself so vulnerable. Like, there's nothing we can do. So we just have to, all of us have to stand up to do what? Hello? Okay. I think there's something people need to know. Again, see, if you call me and I put you on hold, I could leave you there for 2-3 minutes. So if you cut off, then that will be your own loss. So when I'm talking, I don't stop talking. Okay, because your call comes through. So if you can't stay back, let me see if this is you. And I know it is you. Can you hear me now?
Oh, Uncle Mayegun, is that okay?
So it's Aduke. See, I was wondering that I think I've picked the call twice already, haven't I?
No, you didn't.
Oh, it's the first one, right? Somebody was calling from the UK, right? And they kind of like, I put them there, 30 seconds later, they were gone. I'm like, oh. Okay, Castle, my dear sister, how are you?
I'm very well. I mean, am I really well? I don't know.
Well, you are very well, but maybe like, not that all well when it concerns all this that concerns us, right?
Exactly. I mean, how can we be well if we're living in a foreign land?
In real truth, we are not.
Right? Until we can live in our father's land, I don't think our souls will ever be well.
No.
Yeah.
All is not well inside well, Aduke, if we're all being honest.
Exactly. So, Uncle Mayegun, as always, I'm so happy that you are sharing this information. But I wanted to highlight two things.
Please.
Like I said before, in order for Nigerians to see the topics that we're talking about as an issue, it has to be top of mind. You see, for us in the UK, I'm not thinking about my safety. You know, I don't wake up in the morning and start thinking, you know, have I been robbed? Do I have electricity? Do I have oil? Do I have water? That isn't the top of my mind. So because we're free mentally in the West, we are able to look at these issues and say we need to talk about it. But the average Nigerian is facing, you know, there's something called Maslow hierarchy, which talks about the fundamentals of life is, do I have something to eat? Do I have somewhere to live? And if there's no information, there's no democracy. A democratic society can only be democratic if there is information. But Nigeria is a nation of no information.
Man.
So even if we have this wonderful president, for anyone listening that works in a corporate company, it is not one person that holds a company together.
No.
It requires all members of staff. If you walk